Wasn't fair love on a silver spoon, so I learned to lick it on knives. Paint spit on my clothes, I made a mess every time. Do I deserve a home if being alone is what I accept? The person I wanted, shoes scattered from neglect, mine never fit us. I pledge to make you feel better, purple storms keep me alert. Know we awoke, a lot of bodies in the dirt, graveyard.
What's up, YouTube? When it sounds too good, I never trust it, man. Thank y'all for tuning in for another episode. Welcome back. So, if you ain't seen my last video, man, go check it out, man. How to sell to a Negro. Pretty much basically me going in on our community about us spending our monies on things that we put us up on such a high pedestal. And some of us are spending our last on that. So if you want to check that video out, it may seem like I'm going, well, I did go in. Because I get pissed off because it seems like we put things that don't really matter such a high standard to have. And if you don't have it, you're not really accepted. So go check that out. And this video here is about most men had given up. Now, when people hear that, bro, people think men just gave up. They threw their hands up, blah. Like they just said they tired of it, they over with. We're not dealing with it no more. It ain't even that. It ain't even the fact they're just giving up. It's just that more men are focusing on more shit that's way more important than relationships and marriage. It's the fact that people trying to get their career in line, because if you don't have a career or finances in line, your relationship is going to be 9 times out of 10 is going to fail. Because there's a very few women out here nowadays that will build with a man from the bottom to up. There's a very few women out here who will help a man build a castle. They want the castle already built. So you got that going on. A lot of men say, you know what, F it. And then they start figuring out true nature of women. It's like, okay, yeah, I'm not dealing with that. Because I'm going to be real, bro. And I'm going to get straight to the point because I know how y'all got short attention span. Most women are trash. I'm going to be the one to say most women are trash. They manipulative. They very emotional. Their decision making is ran by emotions. So you can't do that, because I notice a lot of times when men make a lot of decisions based on emotions, people get hurt, people go to jail, people go to prison, bad things happen. And you got a woman that constantly does it, bad things happen. Somebody's feelings get hurt. Somebody get in a situation where they got to bail the woman out. You know how many times these men got to bail their wife out on things? They got to bail them out because their wife made a decision without the husband, without telling them, and it kind of backfired. That goes on regularly. So a bunch of men like, you know what, it ain't even worth the headache. Let me focus on my purpose. Let me focus on my career. Let me focus on my hobbies. Let me get myself together before I even think about a woman. Because if you don't, what's going to happen is you're going to find yourself in love with a woman who ain't shit. Because you don't know who you're going to fall in love with, bro. You hitting that thing from the back. You don't know who you're going to fall in love with. Most of us just want to have sex as a man. And if she comes with good woman qualities, that's just a plus. But sometimes that could be a match, because it's like trying to get the real you in, but I'm going to give you this good. What the fuck is this guy doing? The fuck is you doing? I think something wrong with his truck. If it ain't road, he ain't had no fucking brakes. His brakes wasn't working. But anyways, a lot of women can manipulate with that good and match the good qualities. You thinking because she give you something and she cook it clean every now and then, that's enough. No. The consistency, she do that at first. A lot of times they do things at first to trick you, to reel you in. But y'all got the game now. A lot of people on YouTube now, a lot of people on Facebook now giving you the real. And they don't want to admit none of these things, man. They don't want to admit that most of them can be effed up. But you have them very few that will admit that women are effed up. And then they get applauded from the high heavens because they telling the fucking truth. Women ain't got to lie about how women are, because women know how women is. That's why your mama used to make slick comments like, you better watch that little fast-ass girl, because they know women are fast. Women has always been faster than men. Women have always been the one to quit to do some shit than the man. They know this. When you was little, you had a girl try to hump on you. You like, what the hell they doing? And it just ain't really worth the squeeze no more, bro. I don't think it really was, to be honest. The more and more I keep thinking about this topic, the more I'm thinking, I wonder what our great-granddaddies went through, because the more I start to think about it, I understand that there's no way this just started in this generation with Gen Z and millennials. This shit been going on. I think the reason why we kept it in check for so long as a man, I think a lot of them dudes used to beat on their women, slap them up, keep their ass in check. So the women was left in fear, which I don't advocate for. I'm just saying a woman was left in a constant state of fear. The fact that he was either gonna leave or she gonna get her ass whipped. You know what I'm saying? I don't advocate for the leading part. The leaving part I advocate for, but the other shit I don't. And I guess they always been this way. Cause I can't think of a reason why not. Why? How the hell it just start now? There's no way. It had to been always this way. And with that female nature shit, I honestly believe, man, just said they just don't want to deal with it, bro. It ain't worth the squeeze. It ain't worth the fact that I set up dates and you getting validation for all these different other guys, and then you flake on me because another guy that looks better than me come up. I don't think men just have the time and patience to deal with somebody bullshit like that, because it's all ages doing it. Ain't just the 20-year-olds. It's the 30-year-olds. It's the 40-year-olds. It's the 50-year-olds. It's all these different age graphics doing stuff like that. It ain't just the young ones. So I think men just said, fuck it. I think a lot of men are getting divorced because they're just tired of the shit they dealing with their wife. Now, when you're talking to a woman, the woman would say it's the man's fault. Now, some of us, it is our fault. Like me, I'm a cheating ass motherfucker. I used to text early on in a relationship, I text women, all that other stuff. But I'm talking about men who ain't texting no women, men ain't doing nothing, just going to work, coming home, doing the whole provider thing. That ain't enough. She either cheating on you or running you over. She doing something. And sometimes a lot of these men, they don't have no backbone nor the safety net to go to. And a lot of these women understand that if you got a woman that know you ain't got no safety net, she's gonna use you, bro. She's gonna use you. She's gonna squeeze every little ounce of energy out of you. She's gonna do it. And I think a lot of men would rather not deal with that. They rather get their shit on point before they do. Because I'm going to tell you something. You do not want to move in with no woman. You move in, you get kicked out. I'm telling you. And I'm kind of glad that men are learning from their mistakes and men are learning from other people's mistakes. Don't ever move in with nobody, not even just your girlfriend. Don't move in with her. Because she will wake up one day and want to get rid of your ass. Facts. Your nut kill a relationship faster than a baby and moving in. But you got to understand what you're dealing with. Sometimes women like a messy house, and here you are, you trying to clean it up and everything. They don't want you touching their shit, even though it's messy. And a baby puts a lot of pressure on a relationship. So that's why you got a bunch of baby daddies and baby moms. The relationship was already built around sex. Here you are, done brought a baby in, no sex going on. Both two parents stressed, it's over with. And she going through PPD, it's over. She's ready to leave your ass. So that's just my summary of why most men just gave up. I think just a lot of men just focusing on their purpose, focusing on themselves. That's my whole thing. And I think the juice ain't really worth the squeeze because women do lie. They lie more than men. They're sneaky. They manipulative. They understand that, hey, sometimes these women just be fishing for comments and validation. You know what I'm saying? Get a hit of dopamine and they gone. A lot of guys ain't trying to deal with that shit no more. I see it. I know what's going on because they be fishing for the validation comments for niggas who married, like myself, and other guys. Women these days, they don't give a damn you in a relationship, marriage. They don't care. They do not care. So, man, when it sounds too good, I'll never trust it, man. Leave a comment on this topic, man. Let me know what you think. Why you think most men have given up? My response is I think a lot of men just focusing on their purpose because the juice ain't worth the squeeze. Holla back.